Hey folks, welcome to today's daily Bitcoin update. Today, we desperately need to talk about how much further Bitcoin has compressed, right? As of 4 or 5 days ago, we have predicted that as soon as we entered this blue band here, we would expect lateral trading as defined by this period, right? So, we have this nice choppy price action all throughout here, and it ends with, you guessed it, a mean reversion to the longest overexpanded period's mean, right? And we determined that by looking at wave PM, and noticed our longest period was 180. And guess what? If we have a 180 period, and you re-enter a 180 period band, while you have a mass reading above the 0.9 value, you can anticipate reversion to that relative mean. Now, there is trending mean reversion, where price moves up to meet the mean, and lateral mean reversion, where price goes sideways and the mean comes down to meet price. Okay? So, what's particularly important about this area is identifying the new expansion that will happen. Currently, we're seeing very low volatility overhead. Okay? Volatility overhead is a concept where longer term distributions are compressing around price, which would prevent trend to move outside of those locations, right? Simply put, the bluer and the more cool the colors on the heat map, the less trouble price will have establishing a new trend. And let me tell you guys, there is very low volatility overhead right now, okay? It's important to note that it's not quite as low as over here, for instance, right? So, do you see how this yellow bit radiates upward through here, right? That volatility overhead prevents expansion beyond those periods, right? But as soon as it dissipates and those longer term distributions compress, right, that complete lack of volatility overhead allows for new expansions to define short-term trend, okay? And then, of course, after short-term trend occurs, once we return to a state of compression, we can anticipate the relative mean reversions. Okay? And I have all these tools up here. It's kind of ridiculous. Shoo. Okay. All right, guys. So really, what I have defined here is once price travels outside of the 180 band, it will identify short-term trending. Okay? So if we only have the mean reversion MA visible, let's take a look at this here. And give me 1 second. I believe I forgot to announce that I was live, because turns out this is also a live stream as well. 1 second. Beautiful. So, again, expansion outside of the 180 band will define our new trend, at least for the beginning of the expansion, right? So if we have an upward break, we'll probably retest it and continue the upward move. Or if we break down, we would expect retracement, you guessed it, to the 200 weekly moving average. What's particularly important to note here is if we were just to take a brief look at what other people look at with this chart, I guarantee you they're going to see a bear flag. Okay? Everybody on TradingView is talking about a bear flag right now. Look at what a nice flag this is, guys. Right? Okay. Because we had a nice large downward price move, and then we're trading laterally as defined by the trend lines. And there are huge quotation marks around that entire sentence, okay? I don't believe any of that. What we actually care about is the compression of our short-term distributions. That's all a bear flag is, okay? When something has critical mass, it becomes impossible, or rather highly improbable, that there will be enough force to continue pushing price in that direction, right? Force equals mass times acceleration. The more mass you have, the harder it is to continue pushing something. And that's what we have readings of, right? Mass is actually a definable metric, and I use mass interchangeably with distributional width for a period, so bear with me as I swap those terms at will. Is that correct? Sure. So we have this nice downward expansion throughout here. But as soon as that compression begins at this location where we return inside the longest overexpanded band, that's when we predict the formation of a bear flag. And again, guys, that's what I mean by compression. We have predicted this lateral move, and then we will be able to define the new trend by the new plume of mass that is generated by the expansion of this distribution. If price is outside the 1.25 standard deviation, we will be able to find the new direction that Bitcoin is taking. Okay? And again, there is very low volatility overhead, so it will be a significant move within the next few days as soon as price action breaks out of the bear flag. Okay, guys? And that's why bear flags happen. It's just the shedding of mass of short-term distributions to allow less force to be required to push price once more. Okay? So if we pop back over to the 4-hour chart, we can define our longest overexpanded period from the previous downward move as well, right? Because it's very important to note, actually, look at that, guys. We have a reading above 600. We need to go to a higher time frame. I believe the 12-hour chart will do this justice, okay? Beautiful. So now we can define our longest overexpanded period on the 12-hour chart to identify the pivots of mean reversion up here as well. And that's still a little bit choppy, so I'm actually going to go to the daily. And, well, I at least know that the daily pivot is going to be the 250 band for this relative plume of mass. So we load up the 250, right? And this is our pivot point for longer-term mean reversion, okay? Take a look at this, guys. Up here, at this location, you bet it, the 250 period had significant mass, okay? When you cross the 1.25 standard deviation of this relative band and the 250 distribution begins to compress, we see a return to its relative 250 moving average, okay? The 250 band, at least from this current expansion, is defining our downward trend, right? Because as long as we're below the 1.25 standard deviation of the longest overexpanded period, well, that defines trend, okay? And we do have our 200 weekly moving average down here. And I drew that pretty poorly. Let's try that again. Probably like that. And we're just going to keep on tapping along it, right? And this will allow us to enter the band, which will result in either trending mean reversion or lateral mean reversion, where price just continues to go sideways directly on top of the weekly 200 moving average, while the mean takes the time to travel down to price. Okay? Then, once this distribution begins to expand to the upside, that's when we're going to see our next bull run for Bitcoin. Okay? If we actually take a look at the longer-term distributions as defined by the previous crash pattern, we can get some very interesting information on this chart. Okay? And I'm just going to switch this to a 200 band for the sake of normality. Beautiful. Well, 250 is going to do the trick as well, right? I chose it arbitrarily. Okay? Because price will trend. When it returns inside, the band will compress, right? Mass is shed for the period of lateral trading, and as soon as there is upward expansion instead of downward expansion, well, that marks the beginning of the new bull trend. Yeah? Beautiful. So that's what we need to consider when looking at Bitcoin at this current time. Yes, buying directly on top of the weekly 200 moving average is an excellent plan because it allows for very good risk management. Okay, let's just switch this over to a 200 band real quick so we can get this perspective as well. And guess what, guys? Same rule still applies. The 200 band had significant mass on the weekly chart at this location. When we re-enter the 200 band on the weekly chart, guess what we revert to? The weekly 200 mean, like clockwork, okay? I have several trading view ideas in the past, around, I think, mid-June, predicting the full mean reversion to the weekly 200 moving average because of the significant mass that was implied on the weekly distributions, okay? I'm just about out of time here, guys. This was today's Bitcoin update. Tune in tomorrow for the same time for more information on what I'm doing here. Later, folks. Beautiful. Well, now we just need to wait for that to upload. Oof. Hey, folks. Welcome to the date. All right, that's clean. That's good. Let's actually start the live stream now. I hope that was informative. Load up my chart layout. Do what's happening in TradingView. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go ahead and check the comments. Okay, my channel. We are live. Okay. Hi, Dad Shark and everyone. Any idea on XRP USD? Thank you for the update. Yes, I can do that. XRP USD. I really don't recommend looking at USD pairings, mate. Okay, it's derivative information, right? Because you are looking at a pair of a pair. Well, that's not particularly helpful. On the bright side, there is very low volatility overhead. Essentially, this is just the same chart as Bitcoin with increased volatility, and that's not particularly useful now, is it? Right? So we still have very low volatility overhead. You know, that's the same case as Bitcoin because it's just a more exaggerated chart. So as soon as we get, actually that wave PM cross is really nice. Whew, that does imply support breaking. It's clean. Yeah, that implies the break of support. CCI is weighted to the downside. We have new net expansion. Wow, yeah, that could be a short entry. Risk management is not very good because you don't have a CCI roll. Well, I guess for expansions, yeah, you can't just FOMO into this kind of trade. There is no volatility overhead, and you are getting net expansion. Go for it. Take the short. It's a good trade. I'm going to check the Bitcoin pairing as well. XRP BTC. Oh my God, I'm going to fucking flip. I predicted this yesterday. I didn't. I'm going to go fish for the chart. It's going to take me a minute. It is implied that XRP will break support here, right? On the 1 hour chart, we had the wave PM cross. Price was at 8,980. Ugh, oh my God. So that was right here. And then lo and behold, how far down are we? 1.5%. Okay, who asked about that? I'm just going to quote them real quick. XRP did indeed break support, as predicted. Okay, yeah, XRP is now in a downtrend. Probably should have called it yesterday, but I don't like to call wave PM crosses because they are short-term scalp positions. And, well, that doesn't make for the best trade call. Okay. So, yeah, I do expect this trend now to continue to the downside. We had the net expansion on the wave PM. It was very much implied that support would be breaking. And now we have a cute new little expansion that's going to define our downward trend. Cute. Very nice. Yep. Goodness gracious. Okay, that's a good chart. Getting more questions in. I have a question on GTO, BTC. Let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh, good chart. Let's actually check our retracement value here. And it's overexpanded on the 1 hour, so we need to go to the 4 hour to define our retracement value. Okay. 220, or 200 actually. Okay. Is this already the 200 band? It'd be really nice if this was already the 200 band. Oh my God. Guys. This is the pivot point. We're sitting directly on top of it. Oh my God. Okay, let's call this. I'm going to call this right now. It's going to be a high risk trade, okay? Let's have it take profit here and here. And then we just need to change the colors. Like this. Beautiful. And then we're going to have a stop loss right here. We're going to have it really tight because these trades are super safe. Okay? Red. Then we need to make an important note. Secondary entry on the 200 MA. It's a good chart, man. Thank you. And let's actually lower that just a touch and then lay out this chart. Have our left price scale publish the idea. Okay. GTO. Trade call. Buying. 755 to 783. Stop loss. $769. Secondary entry. 200 MA on the 4 hour. Take profit. Actually, I should word that better. Secondary entry if stop loss is hit. $859, comma, and then we're gonna have 989 plus time frame, or rather expected call duration. Short to mid-term. Actually, I should give like actual 3 days to 2 weeks. Risk level, low. And then what is the last category we should have, guys? Recommended portfolio. Percentage, low. Yeah. Medium. Let's do medium to low. Okay. All right. I just wanted to add some more parameters to these charts so you guys can get This was requested. I'll just put it like that. How's that? Oh, right. I was going to check what the other recommendations were. Let's go to feedback. Call time frames. Call reversal alerts. That's fine. Call strength. That's what I should phrase it as. Yeah, instead of recommended portfolio percent, let's just do call strength. Tags. Hello. Gonna lock that trade up. Beautiful. GTO trade call. We're gonna publish private idea. Okay. This is for premium subs only. Only take this trade if you're a premium sub. Obviously, I'm going to strictly enforce that, so be careful, folks. As I show you the link to the trade. Yeah, okay. It's a good chart. I'm going to do AE and then MTH, okay? Lend on the 14. Yeah, I'm going to check out Lend because Lend is actually an active trade call. So, yeah, I'm in Lend. We had the perfect retracement value. Now trend is continuing. Excellent. I actually went pretty hard on Lend. I have a large position. So, if you're a whale, don't dump on me. It's treating me very nicely. And I'm actually still an ass against my better judgment. Not against my better judgment, but I didn't have a reason to stop out. And it's actually treating me very nicely because of this. Hooray! Holy hell, that wick. Something tells me this is gonna fucking moon. DLT style. This is really going hard. Taking profit on this kind of shit is difficult, though. I'll tell you. This is a really low cap coin. Increasing volume. Oof. This counts as a breakout. This is technically a breakout. Good chart. Oh, Penn, ask about a Forex pair, would you? Anybody ask about a Forex pair? I'll record a Forex daily update as well, because why not? Right? I was going to check AE. Yeah. AEBTC. Oh, man, you guys are popping out with these charts today. 120. Okay. Let's actually define it on the 1 hour. Actually, I think this might actually be implying mean reversion right now. So. Right. Just need that 3D wave PM to load up. I also just had an idea. 1 second. Add a cat. Shit. Add a cat with charts. Perfect. Idea. Can you make adaptive mean reversion MA not disappear on mean reversions, but just change color to signify the completed reversion? Cool. Um, 500 period. Actually, fuck, man. Again, right on top of that pivot. It's clean. Do I need to call this as well? I think I do. That was just another great chart. God damn it. Okay, 2 calls today. Put our stop loss there. These are just really clean, guys. Trading these breakouts, like these retracement values, are super effective. Like, defining retracement values based on wave PM readings is probably the best thing I ever discovered. Okay, well, now you gotta watch me type this out again. Actually, I'm gonna just copy and paste this template I just made, because that is clean. Okay, publish. AE, trade call. God, I have a huge craving for Thai iced tea. I think I might go get, well, nah, I already cooked. I shouldn't go out. I did some meal prep. I made some, like, mesquite lentil kale soup. It's pretty good. 123. Beautiful. We're going to have a stop loss B. 1150. Second entry if stop loss hits. 500 MA on the 1 hour. Take profits. 12830 to 1439. Expected call duration, I'm going to keep that the same. Risk level is once again low. Call strength medium to low. Okay. Setup is a long category, trend analysis. Publish private idea. My, oh my. And then I also have to continue to publish this one. Advanced volatility theory daily. Bitcoin update. More compression. Who could have predicted this? We can expect trend to once again begin as soon as we start expanding by the defined distributions. No cap. Okay. Long position. Actually, neutral. I'm going to have that neutral. Trend analysis. Volatility. tags, BTC USD, BTC USDT, Bitcoin, Bitcoin forecast, Bitcoin price, prediction, market, educational, education, theory. Okay, too many tags. Perfect. Publish idea. Okay. Honestly, these live streams are just kind of turning into like you watching me work, but you get information, guys, so deal with it. Hold on. Cat with Charge just gave me good information. I can already do this. Okay, let me see how this looks. Oh my god, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted. All right, folks, watch this. We're going to go back to Bitcoin with this jazz here. You're going to like this. Now I just need to wait a minute for it to load. It's 1:50 today. There's an awful snowstorm outside. It's like really going at it. I woke up today ready to go hiking, and I'm like, no. Just drenched in snow. Still waiting for this to load. Nobody asked the Forex pair yet. Do any of you trade Forex? You want to do that for me? Also, guys, if you could pop some ideas to get viewership up, that would be interesting. I want to hear what you got for me. I mean, obviously, then just posting trading view ideas every day, like these volatility theory updates for Bitcoin. Folks, welcome to today's. That's going to be like my best bet for actually getting consistent viewership. Oh, thank God. Except it's not doing what I want it to. Come on. Shoot, I wanted this to work really bad. A little bit annoyed. Gotta send him a chart. Oh well. Okay, well, I'm going to be done. That was fun. Thank you for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. I guess, well, USDCHF. That's the last one I'm going to do. Then I'll be on my way. USDCHF. Ooh, a trend. Very nice trend. Trade the trend, folks. Until the trend ends. I need to load this up here. Okay. Sure, we can probably trade some short-term over expansion on the 15-minute. But you know, the volatility overhead's actually technically already dissipated. You gonna load, mate? Come on. Christ, these indicators do not make for an entertaining show. They just take forever to load. That's finding trend pretty well, actually. Hold on. I see. Okay. Okay, well now we just need to load up twice as many. Okay. Well, it's still loading. Hold on, guys. I got some oats I prepped in the fridge and I'm hungry. I just want it to load. That's all. Okay. Well, this is not entertaining for you guys. I'm going to be done. This has been fun. I will talk to you all later. Like and subscribe. Do a little dance. Dad, check out.